The Big Five group are bringing the construction economy under the spotlight. Various stakeholders and sectors have gathered in Midrand. They'll be here for 3 days to look at those issues pertaining to the construction industry. This is a very lucrative industry for the economy, and over time it has experienced a couple of challenges. I'm going to step out of shot now for my colleague now to show you what is happening behind us. These exhibitors that are here, they were here from very early in the morning just trying to show people what is happening here in terms of them being hosted by the Big Five, but various stakeholders from the industry just coming through, women, men, and those that are black and white, small companies and big companies are just coming through just to get the best out of this seminar here. I'm going to invite into the conversation some of our organizers. They actually gave a keynote address here, being Mr. Sihle, who'll just let us in on how important is it that we find ourselves here and how important is it that really we look and tap into the construction economy. Sir, thank you very much for joining us on the SABC. We know very well that it's really a hive of activity where we are today. We've seen some of those construction companies and those that are just within the sector, including government, just gathering here today to take stock of the industry as we look at crafting those solutions that would help us get the best out of this sector. Welcome to the SABC. Why are we here?
Thank you very much. I think we are here to celebrate a huge industry that has a huge impact in our economy. The construction industry is the backbone of the South African economy. I said in my speech earlier, we build schools, we build hospitals, we build road networks, we build water infrastructure, we build prisons, we build police stations. We are responsible for universities, for colleges. We build houses where our people live, so that invariably we build homes that are comfortable for our people. So we build cities, we build towns. So this is a critical industry around the world and very critical for the growth of the South African economy.
It's in billions, and we know very well that over time there have been those interferences. COVID-19 did its thing, and we know very well that some of the issues that we mentioned inside, even by the minister, was around the construction mafia and just the lack of movement around some of the projects coming from government that would then find meanings on the ground. How has it been?
We are seeing a bit of growth. We are sitting at about 0.4% growth on this particular quarter. We have seen sluggish growth over the past period, and there are a number of contributors to that particular sluggish growth. One of them is the electricity challenge that we have, which is impacting productivity, but also the issues of interest rates, as you are aware, impact negatively on the growth of the infrastructure sector. As you correctly say, there's also been a challenge of the pipeline of projects coming out of government. But I think as we look forward into the next 4 quarters, we are seeing prospects of growth, and the global economy is responding positively. Indeed, we are still hoping that global peace will prevail. The war in Ukraine and Russia will come to an end, and if it does, the prospects of growth of the economy will continue. But it's been a very successful gathering. We see people have come out in numbers. We are sitting as we speak in the exhibition alone with over 3,000, 4,000 visitors per day. In the conference, we have over 600 delegates. You quite rightly pointed out, small, big, large companies, black, white, are all gathered under one roof to talk about the future of the construction industry. And we think we have something to celebrate.
Just to wrap it up with us, Mr. Sihle, let's look at what the minister presented there at the podium. One of the issues that he's spoken about at length, and this is something that we've picked up even from those that are within this stakeholder on the ground, these construction mafias, and the minister saying that that coupled with corruption is something that has been bringing this industry to its knees. Are you comforted with the interventions that he's pronounced there inside and some of the arrests that have already taken place over time?
Yeah, certainly I think government is tackling that particular issue. There are a myriad of other challenges that we have, but I think that particular issue is being tackled by government. What we must say is that in our sector, not everybody brings in criminality, but we have seen elements of criminality creeping into our sector. But I think under the leadership of Minister Zikalala, under the leadership of Minister Sihle, and under the leadership of President Ramaphosa, we are beginning to see coordinated efforts to try and bring stability and peace into this particular sector. And we hope that the issue of the so-called construction mafia will become something of the past, and that this industry will work in accordance with the rules, regulations, and procedures, and all of us will follow and grow this industry accordingly.
So Mr. Sihle coming through from the National National African Federation's Construction Industry of South Africa, just letting us in on his role here. He delivered a keynote address and is comforted by the fact that at least those stakeholders that are here, they'll gather for 3 days to craft those well-needed solutions. And encouraging is the fact that at least government as well is here. They'll be sitting on the same table to ensure that at least we get the best out of this construction industry.